Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Bashir Mohammed Achilo, and today I'm delighted to present my work on global HR strategies. Together, we will compare international HR practices across regions and understand how culture, law, and leadership style shape HR globally. Introduction. Let's begin with some foundation. IHRM, or International Human Resource Management, is about managing human capital across borders, but it's much more than moving people from one location to another. HRM is shaped by culture, legal framework, economic system, and leadership style. The challenge: global HRM must balance standardization, what keeps the company consistent, with localization, which makes it relevant. As we go continent by continent, we will see just how critical this balance becomes. IHRM in America. We begin with America, a region where strict legal compliance and cultural individualism dominates HR practices. Laws like the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission and the Americans with Disability Act ensures fairness, anti-discrimination, and structured labor rights. But culture also plays a role. American scores high on individualism and low on power distance. This shows in workplace behavior. Employees are result-driven, self-directed, and accessed on personal accountability. In short, US HR systems are built across meritocracy, compliance, and innovation. Best practices. Let's look at how this plays out in real companies. Google uses analytics to reduce hiring bias, while Salesforce performs regular pay audits to ensure fairness. Structured onboarding and performance reviews are standard practice, but challenges remain. Immigration law creates delays and access issues. The US also struggles with multi-generational dynamics, balancing baby boomers, millennials, and Gen Zs at post-COVID post-COVID. The hybrid work model has forced HR teams to rethink how fairness and flexibility coexist. It is a region of innovation but also of growing complexity. IHRM in Eurasia. Now to Eurasia, a region of diverse HR systems. In Russia and Kazakhstan, HR is often centralized and shaped by state influence with rigid top-down policies. In contrast, countries like Turkey and the UAE use hybrid or decentralized models, empowering local HR teams. Take Siemens Turkey, for instance. They moved from a centralized EU approach to a more localized one. The results: faster hiring and improved employee morale. The lesson here is clear. Local empowerment can lead to better outcomes even in traditionally classified environments. Challenges: Eurasia is also defined by political and economic pressures. Government may intervene directly in HR through labor laws, quotas, or localization strategies like Emiratization in the UAE. But even in that context, flexibility is growing. For example, PwE UAE implemented a hybrid model with customizable benefit and saw a 17% boost in retention. This proved that even in compliance-heavy regions, flexible work arrangements and wellness support can make a measurable difference. IHRM in Africa. Africa presents a different challenge. Youth unemployment often exceeding 60% in some areas. Many economies rely heavily on the informal sector, and there's often a mismatch between what's taught in schools and what the job market needs. HR responses, responses must be creative. For example, Safaricom's Discover program not only recruits young graduates but links hiring to community engagement, especially in rural areas. This model shows how CSR and HRM can work together to build both talent and trust. Challenges and best practices. Across the continent, we see growing investment in workforce development. Companies like Nestle and MTN Ghana are offering vocational training and entrepreneurship support to build local skills. MTN Youth Empowerment Program created over 1,000 jobs between 2001 and 2003. This isn't just charity, it's strategic. These approaches align with the IMO model: ability, motivation, and opportunity, reinforcing the idea that if you invest in people, performance will flow. IHRM in Oceania, innovation and well-being. Let's turn to Oceania, where HR innovation and employee well-being takes center stage. In companies like Atlassian, people can work asynchronously from anywhere using the term anywhere model. Canvas, another standout, uses AI-based tools for in-app coaching, mental health support, and personalized learning. These practices don't just sound good, they boost retention, improve satisfaction, and reduce burnout. This reading shows us what the future of HR could look like: technology enabled, human centered, and globally scalable. Challenges and innovation in Oceania. But even in Oceania has challenges, whilst places like New Zealand lead the world with 4-day work week pilots and flexible leave policies. Geography poses recruitment issues. Rural areas and islands often struggle with access to talent in healthcare, IT, and mining. Solutions include remote first hiring, regional talent hubs, and fly-in fly-out models for industries like mining. It provide Oceania provides that smart HR is not just about perks, it's about solving real structural problems with creativity and care. Comparative table. Let's now begin it all together in the comparative table. We have laid out key dimensions across the four regions, including leadership style, cultural values, recruitment, training, performance management, and more. Some key insight: Americans thrive on performance metrics and DEI-driven innovation. Racial balances control with flexibility, especially when decentralization is growing. African places HR at the center of community empowerment and workforce development. Oceania leads in employee well-being and work-life innovation. We also notice recurring terms: hybrid work modes, tech-enabled HR, and contextual leadership, meaning leaders adapt style to culture. Emerging threats. Looking at this chart, we can clearly see which region specialize in what. For example, Oceania leads in flexibility and well-being, whilst Africa excels in CSR and community-rooted HR. If you are building a global HR strategy, then ask, what can I learn from American structured compliance approach? What can I apply Africa's purpose-driven hiring? How can I adapt Oceania's well-being models for high-pressure environment? No one region has all the answers, but together they offer a toolkit for global HR leadership. In conclusion, there is no universal HR strategy that fits all regions. Each region has its own realities, culture, law, and social system shape HR strategies. The future of IHRM is flexible, inclusive, tech-powered, and human-centered. Thank you. I hope this gave you insight into global HR strategies. Please feel free to like, comment, or subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube.